Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I haven't done that in a while. How you guys saying? Everyone good, yeah?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
We're back in Medina College in Brixton with the brothers. Inshallah, we're going to do a little catch up because you guys ain't seen us for a while. Or you think you haven't seen us for a while, but it's been a while, innit?
Yeah, well, how long has it been? 2 months? 1 month?
Yeah, kind of like a month and a half, or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Baya. Talk to us, man. What have you been doing
man.
for the past month and that?
It's been a good summer. I went back home to Pakistan.
Inshallah.
As you can see, kind of had an impact on me.
Big influences over there. It looks cold though.
Yeah, I'm bad.
Is that it? That's what you're going to tell us?
What was I to say, bro? Yeah, man, it was a good summer, innit? Like, alhamdulillah.
No marriage or nothing.
Nah.
Did you get to meet the Ahl Hadith scholars?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, my local masjid was, upon the sunnah, inshallah. So, yeah, that was good.
Alhamdulillah.
That's a good experience, man.
Yeah, back home was completely different to here, man. Like, they're just being in a Muslim country and hearing the adhan all the time and stuff like that. Everyone's like, visibly Muslim. It's very different. When I came back home here, yeah, I was like, oh man.
I felt weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
I felt it was like back to just
Weird, man.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Even there, I heard there's a lot of cats on the roads just walking
There's cats,
around.
there's dogs, there's donkeys,
Yeah.
cows, name it all. You'll find
Allah,
everything there.
The air's different as well, innit?
Hot there, bro.
No, it was hot here. I can't lie. It's kind of hot still. But the heat over here is nothing like heat abroad, innit?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's worse here, man.
I know.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anyways, so that's your little catch up. Next, you got.
Where you been?
I'm the one that's asking the question. Proceed.
Say that you're next.
Proceed.
Alhamdulillah, summer was decent. Alhamdulillah. I went to the States and I
Where did you go?
To
Sorry,
USA.
I didn't quite hear you.
went to USA.
Whereabouts in USA?
Don't worry. Nah, it's because family got married there, innit? So I had to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, alhamdulillah, it was good. I found Ahlul Sunnah there as well. Alhamdulillah, that was one thing I was trying to look for a lot because, people will say there's a stigma about the USA. There's not that many practicing Muslims, even though there are. But like not as London, because London's like 5 lessons every day and stuff like that.
Find a lesson every day of the
Every
week.
week, yeah, every day of the week. So I thought, let me just try find something. Alhamdulillah, I met a sheikh in New York, mashallah. He's very, very solid. May Allah preserve him.
I mean,
But yeah, I just tried to benefit from him a little bit, even though I'm on holiday in that sense, but I tried to benefit from him, alhamdulillah.
Never on holiday.
Yeah, he's never on holiday, innit? Alhamdulillah. But yeah, other than that, it was good, man. I went to see what do you call it, Niagara Falls and that. Got to go on the boat. Alhamdulillah, it was good. MashaAllah. I got to imagine, I saw rain, sun, a rainbow, and a storm all in one moment. Like, subhanAllah, it's crazy.
Sounding like London, I can't lie.
Yeah, I was literally under the waterfall, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Alhamdulillah, it was good. Alhamdulillah. But yeah, that was my summer. Obviously, there's more to it, but it's يعني خلاص on that. Yeah, what about you now? Don't skip going.
No, I'm the host. I'm the one that delegates who talks and who doesn't.
Okay.
So stop talking.
Wait, you at Manchester, innit?
Stop talking. Isa, bye.
Or say no.
How you been, man?
Alhamdulillah, I've been good, man.
It's been a minute, man. They haven't seen you for a while.
I don't think anyone has.
Tell us why.
I don't know, man. Khala, I don't know.
I need a better answer than that.
Yeah.
No, just tell us, how's your summer been like? What you been
Alhamdulillah,
up?
it's been good, innit? Yeah.
He's been busy, fam. He doesn't want to talk too tough. Allah barik.
Not even, not even.
Allah barik.
I mean,
Inshallah.
Yeah.
so is that what we're getting?
Yeah, man's a boring guy, innit? I live a boring lifestyle.
Nah.
That's what he
Yeah.
wants you to think.
Behind closed doors, he's a lit guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, not even.
Alright, man. I'm gonna move on from you now, yeah? Oh, man, come back to you.
Inshallah.
Mustafa, tell us, man.
yeah, I went on holiday with family, alhamdulillah, but that was just, that was before, I think, the marriage episode. So that was
Yeah.
quite a while ago. And then, yeah, just been here and there. Went Manchester as well, alhamdulillah, and Nelson to, what was it, Masjid Sunnah Nelson.
Yeah.
Very nice Masjid Al-Mubarak. Got everything there, man. Nice mosque. It's got gym, like loads of classes. was the Mecca Masjid as well. Manchester is good, but that was the first time that I properly went like outside of London. I think like I've been before, but it was when I was quite young.
In the UK,
yeah, in the UK, yeah, in the UK, and I don't know, man, it's just very different, man.
Yeah,
what was your thoughts on it?
Manchester. Can't lie, yeah. Might get some heat for this, but if you live in a city and you say I'm going to town, don't chat to me.
Why they have a city and a town? Like
The city centre is the town.
The
Yeah,
city
it's
centre is
town,
called town, innit? I'm going to town, bro.
No, because
Oh.
what he means like. Because where we live, like in London, there's always like shops that are near us, innit?
yeah.
But then in those places, it's just like housing, and then you have to go to
have
town
to
to
go
actually
to
get to.
town.
Oh, that's a bit like the States
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
went. They had like a downtown and suburbs as well. So it's like you had to
Brother,
get to the town.
That's in America. We're talking about the UK.
Yeah, no, that's mad. I've never been
Good.
Manchester.
Yeah, they say that.
Can't lie
that's
though,
crazy.
Manchester was good though.
Was the people still the same as UK? Like,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah,
nice
UK,
on
what are you
the-
talking about, bruv?
There was
I mean
no-
London.
So
Yeah.
the
Sorry.
hospitality is very good though, man.
Yeah,
The very
right,
good
yeah.
brothers there.
So good, man.
Yeah.
The food.
I talk about that place that you guys went from. I saw you cutting the steak and that.
Yeah, the food was
Yeah.
lang, bro. The food was nice, can't lie.
Alhamdulillah.
Might be the best spot I've been to, you know. And it's in Manchester.
You're not trying to promo them, say no.
What is
Nah.
it?
Nah. No, but it was good along about it. If they watch this and they tag us in the comments, we'll shout them out next video, inshallah.
All right, all right, inshallah.
What's it called? What else about Manchester, man? The Masjid Nelson.
Yeah, that must be
Beautiful,
beautiful.
bro. You'd think,
Isn't it? It's massive.
you'd think you're in Dubai, fam. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
Even
it's true.
interior design looks like it's not even UK, bro.
Yeah.
It's so real. You man ain't been in there.
No, I haven't.
Inshallah, soon, man. Wallah.
Imagine Sunday Nelson, innit?
Yeah,
That's just
Mr. Sunday
is that
Nelson,
Manchester or is that outside Manchester?
It's just
This
like
is- this is
40
lit-
minutes.
this is
40
It's in
minutes.
Nelson, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
assuming that's
Yeah,
outside.
they say we're from Nelson instead of Manchester, so
Oh, okay.
respect
Mm.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know what Nelson was until the message. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, bro.
Nah, it was very beneficial, man. That conference was very beneficial. Went there and then went to Mecca Masjid as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, alhamdulillah, that was the summer. Been out for my football. I haven't played football for a while. But I'm back tonight. I'm joking. Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So what, your whole summer was just Manchester,
What else I did in the summer? Just working and
staying busy and that. Seeking
Yeah.
knowledge.
seeking knowledge.
Yeah.
What do you mean seeking knowledge?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, see, I'm always seeking knowledge, innit?
Allahumma barik, mashallah.
Not always, but like, you know what I mean.
His
innit?
own job. About it.
Oh yeah, we had the test, the Bekonia test. You guys were here though.
I didn't do it.
Nah, I
No.
did it, but actually, no, I didn't do the exam.
That's basically what we done during the summer. It was
Mm.
it was alright. Most of it was Manchester, to be honest. Highlight.
Alhamdulillah.
So yeah, man. Did a little intro. I'm still trying to get something out for you. Alhamdulillah. But okay, we'll get it kicked off today. We'll be talking about balancing Deen and Dunya, or Deen and Dunya in general. Innit? How do we balance it? First of all, we'll start with the question: what does it mean to balance Deen and Dunya? Tafadhal.
Okay. What it means to me or in general? Because what it means
Give
to
the
me.
general meaning and then your
Okay.
personal
Balancing Deen and Dunya. Isn't it a normal question like someone just a Muslim that strives to follow the Sharia as well as living a normal life? So for example, someone that prays his 5 daily prayers, someone that fasts in Ramadan, basically the 5 pillars, right? So yeah, that's what I think of balancing Deen and Dunya. Someone that has that as well as taking care of their Dunya as well. For example, if someone, yeah, I'm muffling, I'm not gonna lie, I'm muffling. Someone
but
take
You
you
can say
it.
like, you can say like, so obviously every Muslim has to uphold his obligations and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
But he also has to, he has to study, he has to get a job, he has to provide for his family and stuff like that. A lot of the times, some people may sacrifice their deen for their dunya, as in to get ahead in their worldly life, and some people may sacrifice their worldly life to get ahead in the deen as well.
Yeah.
But we're trying to talk about like how to, as most majority of people are trying to like balance both at the same time in it. So how would you go about balancing both of them? So basically achieving well in the dunya without compromising your
Definitely.
deen, basically.
No.
Yeah.
He helped me, can't lie, alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So
A bit
now
lost.
give us your personal one, because you did say you had a personal definition or answer.
What it means to me.
Yeah.
I kind of said it a little bit, but it's basically someone that just does the stuff that's wajib upon him, and he lives a normal life. Like he prays 5 times a day. He does what's upon him, and that's it. And then he just lives a normal life, gets a living, gets a family, etc. Normal, just balancing deen and dunya, but doesn't let the dunya compromise the deen. So, for example, he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't work, but doesn't pray at the same time. He does both. If that makes sense.
Mustafa?
Yeah, I don't know the answer that Sheikh Jamal gave. I don't know if you'll remember it, but it was like to balance something like it has to be like the same weight, and it's clear that the dunya and the deen is not the same weight. Like the akhirah compared to the dunya is nothing compared to the akhirah. So he said that you should be someone that they takes what they need from the dunya, and then the rest of the time you devote to the akhirah. But a person who has high aspirations in the deen, like they want to seek knowledge and stuff, like especially now it's kind of hard, like without wealth. Like, do you understand? If you're trying to go abroad, like make hijrah, like you need some sort of something to support yourself, because if you go, then do you understand what, like it's a bit difficult to live out there and seek knowledge if you don't have wealth. So I don't know, man, it's a bit of a tricky one.
You see, you got anything to add?
I think there were good points in that. Obviously, especially in the West, like a lot of people trying to find that balance. Yeah.
But something like from the scholars that I've seen, especially that Sheikh Haytham Rasarhan, that he doesn't really like have like any care in the dunya whatsoever. Like, do you understand? So like when you see that sort of stuff, you really think like, is all of this even worth it? Like, people that striving, you see all these like accounts with like Muslim, they got to make wealth in 6 figures and all that, but you really think to yourself like, is it really worth it? Do you understand?
Yeah. What you sacrifice?
Yeah, and like some of these accounts that I'm seeing, like they're trying to make Muslims wealthy, but the way that they show it off is like, they're like kind of glorifying the dunya, I think, a little bit. Do you understand? And it makes like people like, is this what Islam is like? Just lose yourself in the dunya, and do you understand? Yeah. So it's just a bit, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a tricky one.
It's not guaranteed that everyone that's doing that course is going to make 6 figures, isn't it? So that person that's still striving to get to that 6 figures, imagine they don't get to that stage.
Yeah.
So they'll still be like trying, exerting a lot of effort for what?
And they could overtake what they're trying to do in the deen.
Exactly.
But I feel like it is sometimes it kind of inspires someone to just get up and go get stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just stay because I don't know, but when people think of practicing brothers, they always think, someone that's in the masjid 5 times a day, front off, reading Quran day in, day out. But then that's good, but that's not fully the deen. Because deen is mu'amalat, you got a family, you got this, that you have to take care of. So like, I feel like those people that you guys are talking about, they want to push people to like show them it's not just about you, it's about people around you as well. You have to make a living for yourself, your family, etc. So I feel like it's good that they get shown that side of Islam, that okay, I need to make a living, I need to actually live in the dunya.
Can do that.
Yeah, you can do it.
Even with that, like while we agree that you have to obviously you have to provide and stuff like that, you have to like take a family and stuff like that. But you shouldn't be excessive in anything.
Oh, of course, no.
So even like amassing a lot of wealth, like that could be a big fitna for you as well.
Big test.
And there's a hadith in it, I think. I've not left the trial for you greater than, I think there's one about wealth and there's one about women as well.
The wealth one is like I think every nation has its trial, and the trial for my nation is wealth.
Yeah. So every single like penny you earn, you're going to be questioned about that, and it could be a fitna for you, like, if you don't spend in the right places. So I think we shouldn't be excessive in our wealth and what we try to earn, and like make that our sole focus in this life is just to make a lot of money. And I'm saying it should always return back to the deen and trying to better yourself and trying to reach the akhirah.
Agreed, I agree. Like keep the dunya in your hand and the deen in your heart.
Say that again.
No, I don't want to. I'm not gonna lie. They can replay it. I'm joking. Keep the dunya in your hand and the deen in your heart, inshallah. So like it won't affect you, innit?
Yeah, I think an important thing to remember is that like your provision or your portion of this life, it comes from Allah at the end. Your rizq, it comes from Allah. Like there was there was a statement by one of the rulers, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. He said, like, take care of what is between you and Allah will take care of your worldly life, kind of thing. And so I think that's very important, because you'll find, like, a lot of times scholars of the past, of the Khalaf as well, and the Salaf, they always mention that, you know, they mention, like, there's a middle path. You can't engage in negligence, nor can you engage in extremism. So by having a middle path, what you're doing is you're praying your 5 salawat, you're giving zakah, you're doing all the 5 pillars, basically, your obligations upon your family as well. And Allah will provide for you 100%. If you take the means, Allah will 100% provide for you.
Yeah, that middle path is basically that balance. Everyone needs to be.
Yeah, 100%. So when people say, oh, it's either this or that, I disagree. You take your portion from the dunya by your means, and Allah will provide for you, you know. Yeah, Allah will provide for you.
Yeah, I think, like, to be honest, nowadays there's a lot of reliance too much upon the means, and there's not, like, enough, like, tawakkul, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier, because I think a lot of people, even if subconsciously, they forget that everything comes from Allah, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why, you know, you see these ulama that you mentioned, for example, like, they don't have a care in their life because they know Allah will take care of the situation, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think, like, loads of people, like, you know, they're striving, like, I need to get wealthy, like, for my kids, for this, for that, my parents and all that. But, you know, like, for example, in the Quran, you know, what's the ayah in Surah Al-Isra? وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاكُمْ. Yeah. So Allah promises to take, like, that we will provide for your children. So I don't understand, like, what's the need to worry too much about that stuff. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's a very important point, you know. A lot of us, we forget that Allah's the one that provides. It's not the job that gets you the money to take care of your family. It's Allah that allows it to happen. Because, like, imagine if, I don't know, the job can just end, or, I don't know, you get fired.
Can be made redundant as well.
It shows that it's not the job that gives you a living. It's Allah. That makes sense. And you have a lot of stories of people that, I don't know, they lost their job or whatever, but they're still surviving.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It shows that it's not the job that gives you livelihood or survival. It's Allah that allows it to happen. So that's why we keep forgetting the means, bro. The person that gives, the one that gives us the means, it's Allah. We keep forgetting that. And I always say this when someone says, "Oh, I want this, I want that." I always told them, "How badly do you want it?" I say, "Really badly, really badly." But if you ask them, how many times you ask Allah for it, and how many times you complain to someone that you want it, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I ask Allah here and there." But then if you ask them, if you really want something badly, then you should be waking up the last third of the night and asking Allah for it. If you're not doing that, then do you really want it?
Yeah, I heard someone say that.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want it that badly, are you waking up in the last third of the night?
Yeah.
If you're not waking up in the last third of the night, you haven't taken the means, so you don't want it that badly. Then.
Exactly.
It's proof against you.
No,
Yeah, even on that, I think there's ayah Surah Al-Talaq, innit? Whoever trusts Allah, He will make a way out for them.
No.
So even if it's looking tough for you at the present moment in your life, right? Then just trust in Allah, and don't even, like, a lot of people may seem like it's hard for them, and they start taking, like, haram means, basically, or they start trying to look for other things that are not permissible.
Ambiguous.
Yeah.
No, go on.
And what do you call it? Then there will be no blessings in it whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you trust Allah, you be patient, stick to what is halal, Allah will make a way out for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, the ayah, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. You know, Sheikh Haytham al-Sahan, like, he was speaking, and he said something, and he was like, al-as'ar murtafi, yeah, the prices are high, and then he said after that, نَخْفِضْهُم بِالتَّقْوَى, we will lower them with taqwa. When I heard that, I was like, bro, like, these all, oh my days, man.
SubhanAllah.
What am I? Just different, man. Allah yahfadhum. Crazy, bro. When I heard that, I was like, raw.
Yeah, it almost gives you, like,
true,
goosebumps,
so
innit?
true. SubhanAllah. That's a deflate the prices of taqwa, SubhanAllah.
It's true though. There was also another statement. I saw someone post it on like the Brixton message group chat. They were saying, like, someone came to one of the Salaf and it was like to them, "Oh, have you seen how high the prices are?" And the person replied, he said, the same person who provides for us when the prices are low is the same person who provides for us when the prices are high. So yeah. I think a lot of it comes from your perspective as well. I think a lot of things come from perspective.
Yeah, 100%.
So when you forget that there's like obviously a higher power, but when you forget like Allah's watching over you and Allah has all these powers and you're just like everything you're doing is just an instrument to or a means to get to where you're trying to get to and that. But yeah.
Also, yeah, another point, I've just been thinking of it now. You see when people say balancing deen and dunya, in your head you're picturing like a scale, innit? But let's be real, innit? Because on that scale, it can withhold the same amount on both sides. Not as in like, wait, the deen should even be on that scale. That's what I'm trying to say, innit? So when people say balancing deen and dunya, don't say, okay, I have 5 kg of deen, 5 kg of dunya. It's not like that, man. Think of it like this. Think of it as a body and the heart. Without your heart, your body can't function, innit?
Yeah.
That heart is your deen. So center it around that. If your heart is healthy, your dunya should be healthy, innit? Do you get it? So yeah, I was just thinking of that, innit? Because people, when they say balancing, they think of a scale, but you shouldn't really think of a scale, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Allah bad.
It should be your criteria, innit?
Yeah.
That's
Whatever agrees with the deen, then you can't. Whatever doesn't, then you can't.
No.
No matter how good it may seem to you, do you know what I'm saying? Even if you can get so rich and so wealthy, or you can just succeed a lot in the dunya. If it doesn't agree with the deen, then you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That has to be your mindset. For everything. Like, the deen comes first, always. It's the priority in all cases.
And always check yourself as well, man. There's a lot of things happening on social media that makes you want to be attracted to these dunya stuff. Always check yourself, man.
I feel like it goes back to the statement you were saying, and what you see and what you don't hear, you don't
see, you can't desire.
Yeah, you can't desire.
What was it saying?
The one you said last time,
Eyes
innit?
of the-
What the eyes of the ears,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the eyes don't see, the heart won't.
Desire.
You can't desire.
Ibn Qayyim, innit?
Yeah,
No.
Rahimahullah.
Okay then. So that moves us on to the next topic. It's basically the same thing but specific to people our age group. How do you balance deen and dunya in like uni or work? Who would like to start?
I think it all goes back to like what you are as a person. I was saying. So like, for example, when we talk about deen and dunya at like uni and stuff like that, like or like school or work or whatever, it's usually the environment that you're in and protecting yourself from obviously stuff that will affect your deen. Do you know what I'm saying? So like staying away from like being loose with the opposite gender or like that's and being around the wrong people, and like, you know, in uni a lot of people like party and drink and whatever that stuff. That stuff becomes more open because it's more, uni is like a more open environment. Do you know what I'm saying? There's less regulations, less restriction than school. So a lot of people like kind of like let loose at uni, but you have to remember that, like, you know, you're still a Muslim, obviously. Like Allah's still watching you whether you're at uni or at work or school or whatever else, or the masjid or whatever else. It has to be the same. So yeah.
And you know, subhanAllah, it's so easy to forget that as well when you're in uni. Because imagine everyone around you is just doing what you said about just enjoying the dunya, partying, girls, everything like that. And then you're the only guy and you're like, I don't want to be the odd one out. Sometimes you might not even want to think to yourself, I don't want to be the odd one out. It just happens, like you're the odd one out.
Yeah.
And then you end up becoming what your environment is. So that's why it's very important. My advice I give to people that are starting uni or in uni anyways is that as soon as you start, or even once you realize that, okay, I'm Muslim and I need to pattern my life, change your circle. Make it when you go to uni, you're only going there for 2 reasons. Number 1, to study, of course. And number 2, a good reason, which is to meet for brotherhood or something to do with the deen. Those should be the only 2 reasons you go to uni. If you go for other things like socializing or just wasting time, you're going to end up falling into the traps of shaitan. And another advice I'd give is don't be alone in uni. Because if you're alone, someone will definitely come up to you and just start throwing stuff at you. Always be with your friends, good friends that seek knowledge on deen, not just Muslims, because a lot of Muslims, you know, they might not necessarily be practicing
Depends on your intention when you go as well. Like,
Yeah.
I was
If
just
you're-
gonna mention that.
if your intention is to party and to talk to girls and whatever, then you're gonna find that at uni.
Yeah.
If your intention is to study and get your degree, then you're gonna find that, because obviously that's the whole like objective of uni.
Yeah.
innit? If you want to find brotherhood and good brothers, then you're gonna find that. And I think the advice I'd give to add on to that, obviously Abdullah said that you should change your circle. One way to do that is to get involved in your Islamic like society and stuff like that. Because obviously it's where most of the Muslims that gather. Like for example, most unis have prayer rooms and stuff like that. Go and pray, go chat to some brothers and stuff like that. The point is like these brothers are, alhamdulillah, from my experience, like they're all very open and welcoming and stuff like that. Because they know how it is at uni, so they need to bring brothers in to let them have people around them. Do you know what I'm saying? So over there, that's my advice. Like if you need to find like good friends and look at the ISO, inshallah, there'll be some good brothers that will be able to talk to you and stuff like that. And don't be shy as well, man. A lot of brothers are kind of like timid,
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about that. Yeah, this is outside of uni. Yeah, like people that are practicing, yeah, like us, inshallah, we should be more open in it. Because I was thinking the other day, it was at the Sheikh Haytham Sarhan was hearing it. There's so many brothers that just came, and when the Sheikh every hour he does like 10-minute break, they were just chilling like by themselves, innit? I'm just thinking, what if this person here that's just by himself right now, this is his first time he's practicing now, he wanted to go into a circle of practicing brothers, meet new brothers. How's he going to do that? Because he's probably going to be a bit shy, innit? This is his new environment and whatnot. So it's like, I was going to say, it's down to us lot, like the brothers that are regulars or practicing, to be very open, like, just have a conversation. A conversation can go very far, man.
Yeah. And it makes them more willing to come back. Like, say they know
exactly.
someone now at the college or whatever.
'Cause imagine they're listening to stuff like this saying, change who you're around. They're doing that now, but they're not seeing any fruits from it because no one's really inviting them with open arms.
Yeah,
And
100%. And that can change someone's life.
Yeah, exactly. It
completely.
changes
If you,
them a
if you
lot,
start
man.
a conversation with a brother, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? How'd you find the lesson? Stuff like that. You basically you make them your friend, innit?
Yeah,
Like, just take them on board and then you get their phone number, whatever. Talk to them. Say are you gonna come to the next dars? I'll be here.
exactly.
Stuff like that. That'll make them come to the masjid or the college or whatever more, and it will build brotherhood as well and make it
course,
easier
man.
for them as well.
That's how it all starts. But
SubhanAllah, it's so true.
it's so
true.
I see it a lot, man. Like that Sunday was it? I just saw so many brothers sitting by themselves when the Sheikh says 10-minute break. And also, I'm gonna say there's one more thing here. The brothers that come in a group, let's say like us lot, we come in a group. I'd advise you, man, when it's lesson time, don't sit next to each other. Go sit somewhere else where there's someone that you don't know. Conversate with them, inshallah. Trust me, man, that's the best way forward, man. Because imagine you listen to these videos, you go to these sit-ins now, you're just expecting to meet new brothers, whatnot, but you don't really meet no one, innit? So, obviously you see them, but you don't converse with them. So,
Yeah, 100%.
it's
Nah, that's
upon us.
true. Yeah.
It's upon us, guys. Yeah. Next time,
Yeah.
no one sit next to me, bruv.
That's true. Even when we started practicing, I'm pretty sure we were
Yeah.
quite lonely at the start.
Mm.
Like, well, me personally, anyways, I didn't speak to no one when I first started
Yeah,
practicing.
man, you're a
I'm
big
like, I'm
guy,
not used to
man,
seeing
sure.
people sitting down with khamis and
Remember
just
the
seeking
first
knowledge and
time?
that. Yeah, but for a good 3 months or something. Actually, probably half a year. I'm not gonna lie. I was just going to lessons, leaving. I didn't speak to no one because I didn't know how to. I don't know how to like give salam and
Yeah.
I don't know, just talk to
But
someone.
now you do, innit?
Yeah, obviously after time.
That's the thing.
A lot
You
man.
have to
of
make it
brothers.
easy for
I
those who
think
used to be
he's
in
the
your
most
position.
social now. How about it?
Yeah, no, it's hard. I'm struggling to just stop talking, man.
Like
That's
even my
the
first
issue,
time,
fam.
my first time was here at Medina College. I remember I sat at the back, didn't talk to no one. I did my work and just went home. That's it.
Yeah.
But now, alhamdulillah, you start talking to brothers, start talking to like ustads and stuff like that.
And they become your close friends
Yeah,
as
that's what I'm
well.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I spoke to him for like I don't know
Yeah.
if- how long it is.
No, 'cause it was a few lessons. That went online, innit? I
Oh
remember.
yeah, no, it's online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, this
It's
guy was in my
it's
class.
Very important.
Yeah, well,
Not just, not just for durus as well, even in like uni and that.
yeah.
If you're a brother, like you're seeing someone's starting to come to pray and whatnot, someone new, he doesn't talk to anyone, just approach the brother, just have a little conversation, man.
Yeah,
Imagine he's trying to change and he's finding it very difficult. It'll be easy for him to go back to his old ways rather than trying, exerting a lot of effort into try becoming
Yeah.
practicing.
No, it's very important, man. It's
It's
very
actually so
important.
important, man. I was
Yeah.
deep in it.
No, it is. Wallahi, it is. It's happened a lot of times.
Yeah, and a lot of us neglect it as well because I don't know, man. We just want to be with our boys.
Yeah. Not even
During
about trying to
those-
save them. They'll even add benefit to your life. You never know.
Exactly.
Wallahi, back to what Asad said, yeah, it can actually change your life because sometimes I just deep, I'm in lesson, yeah. And you know, them will just zone out and just deep life. I'm like, how did I end up here? How did I end up here? SubhanAllah, if you just think about it, I was doing that and then I'm here, SubhanAllah, man. And that all comes from Qadr, SubhanAllah. The Qadr is amazing, it's unfathomable, Wallahi. Like, imagine if I didn't speak to this person
Yeah.
and this person didn't tell me about this lesson. And in this lesson, I didn't meet that brother and that brother didn't tell me. SubhanAllah, it all just works out so well. And SubhanAllah, that's why you should trust Allah and always make dua for like Allah to open doors for you. Because Wallahi, you won't, after some time, you'll think, how did I get here? SubhanAllah. But yeah, connections is very important. Connections is very
Very
important.
Even adding on to that, yeah, say like on social media, for example, say like someone DMs you like a question, not like a fatwa or anything, but like question on when's the next dose or something like that, yeah. Go over and beyond in your answer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like make your answer open and like give them a lot of like information, stuff like that. Don't be like dry and like one line answers, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're being more open, then it's gonna make them feel
representing.
better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you know when someone gives like a dry answer like that, it just puts me off. Like,
That's
kind of
exactly that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's not sorry. no, like I find it like kind of a bit rude. Like I don't know why.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like social media is different because you're texting and it's like, it's,
But like,
it
for
doesn't
example,
show
like,
him.
I remember I asked a brother a question, I DM'd him a question or something like that, yeah. He's like, wa alaikum salam, akhi, ahsan Allah alayk, you know, I hope you're well and stuff like that. Then he gave his answer and said, I hope this was benefit. If you have any other questions, then let me know, stuff like that. And like he was giving me like paragraphs of answers. That shows that they're caring, you know, they're going out their way to give you the information that you want. And that makes you more like, you know,
They want to be, they feel more
exactly,
like welcome.
yeah. You know, they're not being dry and like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's a lot of brothers are like that in the masajid and in lessons as well. You just have to give salam, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
give salam, that's it. That's the hardest thing you have to accomplish.
That's the thing though. I'm trying to flip it. Because the person that's new, it's going to be very hard for him to just go up to someone.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
That's why if we go and give that salam, do the job for them, man.
Yeah. But you can't meet everyone, so like it has to work both ways, innit? Because
Bro, just do one person every lesson you go to.
Yeah,
One new
fairs.
person every lesson you go to.
but advice for those that are like in this situation, like they're going to masajid but they don't have, they're like, where's the brotherhood? Where's the brothers at? Just go to random brother, just give them salam. Just smile at them, give them salam. How you doing? Where you from? That's it, done. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
The rest will just flow, I'm telling you.
I hear that.
The hardest bit is the obstacle.
No,
Once you go
because
past it, you just
Taking that
it's free
first
flow.
step.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they don't want to put their like honor, should I say?
Yeah,
in a
that was
way,
me
like-
at the start. I was like,
Like,
I don't know
I
chapter
don't think
man.
it's pride though. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. There's a certain limit you can go to.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Tuck your like
It's
honor.
like,
away.
it's like an elevator. You have to step onto it and then you don't need to step no more.
Yeah.
It takes you up.
You know what? That's a good analogy.
The first step
I hear that.
is the most important step.
analogies, bro.
I read that.
The first step is the most important step.
And when's your book coming there?
Oh, don't write, man.
Poetry, I know.
Nah, but yeah.
But I can critique your analogy though. What if the elevator is going down?
You don't take a step when you go down.
No, you
No,
have to
enter
take a step
elevator.
to get on the elevator still.
Yeah. What if it takes you down?
Listen, be quiet.
Wait, no, but I swear,
Actually, no. But you start on the ground floor.
no, but I swear elevators
So it only
were
goes up.
made to begin to go upwards because elevate.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes.
elevate.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need someone to do a shout out of my speech. It's kind of off topic of that.
Yeah. Slow. Show
No,
a
but
little
it's
bit.
not
Yeah.
off topic actually. It's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next topic. Actually, I saw someone ask this question related to this topic. You know, how does one? Let's say they come from a family that their parents are not practicing, and they're practicing. How does one handle that pressure from their parents? Like when they ask them, like, "Why are you doing this? Why?" Let's say, for example, you're Salafi in it, and your parents aren't.
Okay.
How does one tackle that?
It's difficult, you know.
You get a lot of doubts from your parents.
Yeah.
You're learning, and you don't know how to handle that. So how would one go about that?
To be honest, it goes back to the dynamics of the family. For example, firstly, the child should not at all ever debate with the parents or talk about these masail and stuff like that. I learned from experiencing it. Like if someone comes to me and says anything about, but there's a hadith that says this, I'm like, I'm not sure about that. Just say I'm not sure. Just don't argue. Don't open that door of argumentation. Trust me, because it will make. Because you end up saying stuff, you might want to say it in a respectful way, but then slowly it will look like, he's trying to outsmart me. So I learned, just ignore it, and that's it. The only way you can give that da'wah is through your actions. and their behaviors. Trust me.
To your
'Cause there's-
parents.
Yeah,
There's
to
a
your
certain
parents.
thing in it. They're obviously older than you. You
Yeah.
know, there's a notion that obviously they're smarter than you. They've had more
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
So who are you to tell me like what's
Yeah.
right and what's wrong? And then also you don't want to make yourself seem like you're apart from them. Do you know what I'm
Belittling them
saying?
as well.
So then they're gonna say you're always like arguing that no, this is right, whatever. They're gonna see you as different and other, and like you're not part
Yeah.
of what they're on. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously they're still Muslims. I hope, inshallah.
You're still
But-
your family.
Yeah,
bro.
and so your family, they're your parents. So obviously, like you can't just go in straight debating them and start like arguing
Yeah.
your case and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You have to. The most important thing is to be patient with them. You have to have sabr, and you have to show from your actions that what you're changing into, you're becoming upon the sunnah or whatever. That's benefiting you. That's improving your manners, your etiquette, and stuff like that. You have to show that to them, and then they'll be more open to okay, alhamdulillah, my sons and my daughters more on it now. Actually, they're behaving better with me since that change of them being more practicing or whatever. So maybe there's something in that's positive in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that will open their mind a bit more. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let them have that debate in their own head, innit? No, like they'll be thinking like, what about this? No, but I've been seeing that my daughter has been changing a lot. Why? And they'll start questioning themselves rather than questioning you. Yeah.
I think it's also important to mention that something Hassan al-Basri, he said that indeed the deen of Allah is established that which is in between negligence and extremism. I feel like this is very important because a lot of times you're in the wrong. If you think about it, a lot of times you're in the wrong. Like let's say your
Wrong and
family.
strong.
Yeah. Basically, you're very like stubborn upon what you know of, and I feel like it's very common, especially nowadays, where knowledge has come to us now, and we think, you know what, yeah, man knows this now. Like, but a lot of times, like our parents could be praying 5 times salawat. They could be doing this. They could be doing that. Maybe they're not seekers of knowledge, but it's not wajib upon them to seek knowledge, for example. And I feel like we're very harsh upon, like, for example, certain stuff that it may be even recommended.
Yeah.
But they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Like let's say they don't necessarily pray the sunnah and prayers, whatever. Like to go out there and like start arguing about why you're not praying is stupid. I think personally.
And even that, like that's true as well. And also, like, say they're doing something which you think is wrong, for example. But obviously, a lot of people who are understated, they're like at beginning stage of like seeking knowledge and stuff like that. So they're still like beginners. They don't know as much in it.
Everything or
So their preconceived notion is that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
But in fact, there could be so much,
Especially there's
stuff like
khilaf.
that.
Yeah, there's khilaf in a lot of the
so
issues.
true.
And they're getting onto their parents or their family for tiny things that are not even that deep.
last week.
Yeah,
And look, the fitan that can cause is worse than any amount of knowledge you could. It's worse than them being upon what they were upon before. I think, as in the fitan that you're causing, because obviously, look, the kinship of the family is very important. Very important. So unless
family ties.
unless they're committing like something like kufr or shirk, or even sometimes bid'ah as well, like unless they're doing that, then like more time, it's best off if you leave it, because it does cause a lot of fitan. Wallah, it does.
That comes over time, innit? That wisdom just to leave certain things. But I'm saying for people that have just started practicing and already want to refute their parents, I'm saying take it easy. First of all, just seek knowledge. That's the best. That's the
100%.
best advice you can ever advise.
If you see
seek knowledge.
if you see a lot of like the people knowledge and that, they won't go out like
Just
judging people, refuting people, all this. They won't do that, bro. Like, if we've seen all the people of knowledge, they don't do that. It's normally the beginner students' knowledge who think that there's something.
They're the loudest in it.
Like, I haven't heard anything bad come from any scholar like regarding refutations that is unnecessary, for example. What I think, basically.
Unless it's detailed and upon knowledge and justice.
Needed. That's needed, though.
Yeah, that's the only ones I've seen
needed.
from scholars when they refute detailed proofs, statements.
Yeah, but that's laudable and praiseworthy.
The Shabab, subhanAllah, just call it, he did this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, it goes back to what Sheikh Haytham Sarhan said: when someone approaches you with doubts, how do you reply to them?
قالوا سلاما.
Yeah, man, just ignore it.
Yeah.
But if you feed into that, it's gonna be a lot.
I think that's important as well. Don't engage.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Engaging.
A lot of times you can be emotionally attached to that argument, or
be
emotionally attached to that. You're very stubborn upon what you know. And let's say you are right, if someone comes with you doubts, for example,
Mm.
just stick to what you know. You know, just leave
That's
it.
it.
You can't. And guidance comes from Allah. At the end of the day, you
Yeah,
can't
man.
guide everyone.
A doubt
Yeah.
becomes a doubt only when you pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
What did the Salaf used to do, bro? When they hear a doubt, they put their fingers in theirs and they walk off.
Yeah.
But subhanAllah, you're that situation actually builds a lot of wisdom, man, when you're dealing with someone that's above you.
Yeah.
But then you want to give them da'wah low key. It builds wisdom a lot.
Mm.
Like, for example, say, I don't know, they're doing a bid'ah, like, I don't know. Or not even a bid'ah, they're just not doing a sunnah, which is a really recommended sunnah. So I
Yeah.
don't know, Rafa al-Yadain.
Yeah.
So after that, ruku' or
Yeah.
whatever.
No.
Say they're not doing that,
Yeah.
and you're doing it, and they tell you, why are you doing that? You're moving like the Shias, you know, that's the Shias do that all the time. How would you respond? Like a general person that say no, you're meant to do it. Is like someone that's zealous and determined and passionate.
Yeah.
They'll probably get a bit like
Defensive.
defensive. They'll be like, oh, this is sunnah, this is that. Da, da, da. I lie.
Yeah.
And then they'll argue back. They'll say, no, this is the Shias. Da, da, da. And then the confrontation starts from there. But if someone is wise and smart, they'll be like, they'll look at them, they'll smile. I was like, they'll be like, Mom, Dad, this is in Bukhari. Look,
Yeah.
something like that.
Show them
Something
the
simple.
hadith.
Yeah.
Don't come.
'Cause I-
Don't come as if you're like, you're gonna teach them. Come
Yeah.
as if you learn something new.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
learning.
Like, Mom, look, I learned something new. Like, look, it's in Bukhari. Look,
Yeah.
it's here.
Yeah. That's
Stuff
wisdom.
like that.
Man. That's
Don't come
wisdom.
like, no,
Yeah.
trust me, he's in the hadith. You didn't see the hadith.
Yeah, don't
Oh
be-
my days, you
don't
don't know
be
the hadith.
offensive.
Everyone does it. Everyone does. That's not wise.
What, you didn't know that?
Yeah,
Didn't know
them
that.
ones. It
And
comes
even-
across. Don't basically the
Nah.
general rule is don't come across as though you're teaching them.
Yeah.
Come across as you're learning something, but you're showing them what you learned.
Especially because they're above
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
innit?
That's is very key. Don't show them that you're teaching them. Show them that you learned something and you're showing them what you learned. Wallah is very key.
I
And
feel
also
like-
another
yeah.
thing,
Mm.
it's not always from wisdom to
To say something.
To be
yeah,
personal.
it's not always from wisdom to ward off the evil.
Yeah.
It's not always from wisdom
Yeah.
to say something.
Maybe it's better.
At the same time,
Just,
sometimes it's better to leave it
yeah.
and then show something else. For
No.
example, I don't know, say they're doing I need an example. Say someone's doing wudu, but they're doing it, they're not fulfilling the full sunnah action,
Yeah.
and then you see them do that. The wudu is sound though. And then instead of going to them saying, oh, by the way, if you do it 3 times, it's better. Or if you do it all something like that, yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes it's better not to say that because they'll start this whole argument about, what are you learning? This is
Yeah, but
that.
it's not necessary to say it.
You need to know the
Is it what
condition
is
of the
still
people
sound?
the person
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
you're
People
trying
you're
to.
dealing with, they'll be like, oh, you
Salafis.
Salafis, what deen are you guys
Yeah,
learning?
exactly.
I always learned it since I was young. Da, da, da. Like some situations like that, you just leave it.
It's not
Even
worth
even
it.
with
yeah.
the thing, the example they
It's
give
not
of roughly,
beneficial if you
the example they
pull it
give of roughly then, yeah, like raising the hands, yeah.
yeah.
Even sometimes it's just best, like, for example, someone comes to you and say, oh, by the way, like, for example, like, I don't know, Hanafi parents or whatever, right? They don't do that, innit? So they'll say, like, oh, we don't do that. That's not what we do. Just be like, yeah, like, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
That's
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah will still be
Even
sound,
I think
innit?
Ibn
Like,
Taymiyyah said that sometimes it's better to leave off, if it's not wajib, obviously,
Yeah.
sometimes it's better to leave off certain things just to not cause fitna.
Yeah.
For example, if you're praying with your parents or whatever, or your family that rebukes you for doing roughly then, just don't do it in front of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because roughly then at the end of the day, obviously it is the sunnah, it's rewardable, but it's better than your parents starting an argument with you and like
Yeah,
having
yeah.
fitna in the
yeah,
house and
what's
stuff like
better?
that.
The
Think of the
difference
greater
between
good.
Yeah, and that's from hikmah, bro. That's from wisdom.
yeah.
Like honestly, with family and stuff like that, you need, like Abdul said, you need so much wisdom and patience, and like you have to do it gradually, step by step, and mostly through your actions. Or if they come to you, if they come to you with questions, like for example, right? Say they see you as someone who obviously they study and they read books and they go to lessons and stuff like that. They may even come to you for like questions
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like
At the
because they
end.
see that obviously this.
That's
This
only
is
if
studying.
you're conducting yourself as a defensive, not offensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you're not learning just to argue. You're learning to benefit yourself and benefit the people around you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
So even then, with time, it will come that your parents or your family or whatever, they're gonna come to you for questions, and then you can teach them what's correct and what's right from your studies.
Yeah. However, if you were to be that person that was debating from the start, they wouldn't come to you.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, this guy doesn't know Arabic, or this guy doesn't.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
I think
It's very important.
yeah, no, I think what's important is intention as well. I think a lot of people have problematic intentions when they're. I feel like it happens a lot when people are stubborn upon what they know. They're not really doing it for the good of that person. They don't want to help out that person at the end of the day. They just want to be right, kind of thing. They want to have a upper hand. They want to be like, you know what, you're wrong, I'm right, kind of thing. And I think that's also important, bruv, because everything you do is for the reward of Allah, 100%. If you're not doing it for the sake of Allah, then why are you doing it in the first place? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it comes down to that, really.
people conflict with that and making themselves feel like they have knowledge. Because
Yeah.
once you learn something, you want to tell someone about it. It's like, oh yeah, I have that knowledge.
And I can't, that's
Yeah.
probably worse, having
Yeah,
that
subhanallah.
wrong intention. They couldn't
Yeah,
even afford to.
wallahi,
Yeah,
wallahi.
for example, and you're telling someone, oh, do this recommended acts of worship, but why are you telling them? Are you telling them for the sake of Allah? Are you telling them, you know, to showcase that, man knows more knowledge. Yeah, I know this, you don't.
Another thing with that, a lot of people just tell, but they never make dua for the person ever.
Yeah, 100. Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah, that's important. Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, do this, do that. Oh, wear the hijab, do this, keep your trousers.
Yeah.
But then, do you really want khair for them, or you just want to tell them? Because if you really want khair for them, you actually make dua, like heartfelt dua for them. You make dua, please, Ya Allah, guide them consistently. If you actually care about someone that much for you to give da'wah to them, you make dua for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, that's true. Just deeper, like all those people that you told,
I don't think.
advised,
Yeah.
you make dua for them
Yeah.
that much. Then
Feel
that
like
shows. Do
yeah.
you really want them to change? I don't know.
I feel like you can get lost in the moment.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
But it's good that we talk about these like experiences,
Yeah.
because people that listen, inshallah, can benefit. They might not fall into the same mistakes.
Mustafa, you've been fairly quiet over there, man.
Yeah.
You got a quote lined up right now.
No, I don't. Yeah, everything that's been said is true, man. I think just sabr, man. And at the beginning, just don't, what everyone was saying, just don't go in there and try to think you know it all and stuff. Just have patience, and eventually, the more you learn, like the more you change and stuff, like they'll see that, and then they respect it, and then they'll just. Eventually they start coming asking you questions, and man just tell like, bro, I don't know, fam. It's not a sheikh, fam. But yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So to summarize, don't force the da'wah, don't force it. Just let it happen through your actions and manners. Alhamdulillah.
That's it. Can't lie,
Yeah.
there's a lot of topics down here, but we basically covered it. So I'm just gonna pick out the important ones. How do you manage our time when it comes to balancing deen and dunya? Let's say, for example, from your perspective, uni. How would you balance? Because uni isn't just when it's uni time. You have to do your studies outside of uni as well, innit? So how would someone balance that with seeking knowledge?
Seeking knowledge.
Tag team.
Uni it takes up a lot of your time.
Mhm.
It does. Maybe not the first year or so, but after that, it does get heavy. So it's important for anyone who's trying to seek knowledge that they have a timetable and they know how to manage their time correctly. Because otherwise, you're gonna get lost and you're not gonna be able to think, and then you're not gonna be able to balance them. And then at the end of it, you're gonna have to choose one or the other because you don't have time left. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what's important is that I think just take steps to manage time correctly, and the way you can do that is obviously having a timetable, having like a to-do list, for example. So you have your tasks for the day and you get through them all. It's just also just discipline and sticking to what you need to do. Also, I would say, right, you have to plan your day correctly as well. You have to wake up at the right times. You have to go to sleep at the right times, and because if you're doing uni, you're studying for uni, you're studying for your dean studies, and you have a lot of other obligations as well. You have to spend time with your family, do errands, you have to travel and do all that. Yeah, so it's really important that you know how to manage your time. And for example, waking up early. For example, that time's for your Quran, for example. Wake up a few hours before you have to go to uni. Do Quran then go to uni. While you're at uni, just do uni work. So that when you come home from uni, then you have time to either relax and take some steam off and then study for your dean studies as well. Because most lessons are usually in the evening as well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or on the weekend.
Usually after 5. Innit?
Yeah. So if you use the time, for example, you're at uni, right, from 9 to like 2 or 3. Right, that's 6 hours. The times that you don't have lectures or labs or whatever, or seminars, use that time to revise your uni stuff while you're at uni itself. Because when you're at uni, bro, I don't know if it's just me here, but it's hard to do other Islamic studies while you're there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It is hard because you're surrounded by so many people and people are talking or whatever. It's
a
hard.
bit awkward just you by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and then when you come home from uni, right, then you have that time to revise your Islamic studies, whatever lessons you've done, you will go over it, read some books, go to your lessons, etc., and all that stuff. And then when the days that you don't have uni, because I don't know, actually, to be fair, it's a bit different for me because I only go to uni like 3 days a week. But for some people, they may go 5 days. How much do you go?
4, sometimes 5.
Yeah. So how would you balance it going for more days? Because for me, like
But
the
it's not
days I
like-
don't go uni,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
do-
like the whole day though. It's just some days
yeah.
like a couple hours, some days whole day. But I don't know. My advice would just be this: yeah, if you're a student in university, the key advice I'd give you is fix your sleeping pattern. That is the biggest advice I'd give.
Yeah, hard advice, bro.
Sleep early. I'm telling you. It might sound cliche, but let me explain why. Once you start off your day in the morning, wallahi, the barakah.
What time
It's
in the morning?
amazing. قبل الفجر, like before Fajr.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be funny, innit?
Now, what time did you sleep yesterday? Huh?
Eric.
I'm trying to get onto you.
Sleeping, he said.
Nah, that's the biggest thing, wallahi, for a uni student is their sleeping pattern. Make sure you're sleeping early, wallahi. It's going to be so hard for you to sleep early if you don't normally sleep early. But once you sleep early, you wake up early. All the deen stuff that you want to get done in your day, do it in the morning before uni. That's my key advice, innit? Wallahi, you'll see. Because once you start your day off on deen, like, I don't know, deen, memorizing Quran, seeking knowledge, wallahi, you'll feel amazing. And then you have uni straight after that. You're going to be so productive throughout the day. You stayed away from sins in the morning, early off in the morning. And the whole day, do your uni work, whatever. In between, you can do whatever. I don't know.
Little break.
Yeah, a few breaks and stuff like that. But make sure your morning is productive upon deen stuff. Wallahi. And after that, the whole day can just be...
No, I feel like that's very important to mention because like productivity, like it kind of builds a momentum. So let's say you start your day off bad, you know, you're struggling to get out of bed. That will have an effect on the end of it throughout your day.
Yeah.
If you start off your day with like, for example, you're memorizing the Quran, you know, you've prayed Fajr, you've done Tahajjud, for example, and you started off early, healthy breakfast, whatever. Like it build that momentum will run through the day, and so you'll be. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I'm more productive when I start off my day and I'm happy with what I've done, kind of thing.
And also, yeah, like if you're like me and you don't do any of this stuff, all this advice I'm giving, I need to implement it myself, right?
Yeah.
Then it's important that you start off slow and implement things slowly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't just do, okay, one day I'm gonna wake up at this time and do this and do this and do this and work, study for like 7 hours when before you study for maybe 10 minutes a day. It's not gonna work. Do you know what I mean? You have to take gradual steps, slowly start increasing the amount you study and remove distractions and all that stuff. And then by the end of in a few months or so, you'll be able to focus and concentrate for much longer. You'll be more productive and you'll get better results. And also, I'd say is I think people think that you have to sacrifice uni to do good, to focus on Islam, or you have to sacrifice one to do the other, right? But you can take both and you can excel in both. And you don't have to, for example, you go uni, right? I don't care about uni. It's just a degree, whatever. I'm going to focus on this. I don't care about uni. But you're there for a reason, do you know what I'm saying? So whatever, it's a principle, whatever Muslim does, he should do it to the best of his ability and do it with ihsan, with goodness. So if you're at uni, then don't neglect your uni work, get it done and do it to the best of your ability and don't be lazy with it. Because who knows, maybe that degree will help you get a job that will make your deen studies easier for you. You have a bit of money now, you have a bit more time. So inshallah will facilitate more for you, you know what I'm saying, from that work. And also, another thing, change your intention for why you are taking this degree, why you're studying this. If you change your intention to say, okay, I'm doing this degree so I can get a job and provide for my family, which is an obligation upon a man, and also so that I have more time and more money to spend on my Islamic studies. That's also, such a rewardable act. Yeah. So if you change your intention, also Allah will make it easier for you because you're doing it you're still doing, even your uni work, you're doing it for the sake of Allah. And that will make you want to do it to the best of your ability and not to neglect it. And I need this advice so much. I need to drill this into my head because it does get a bit hard and a bit, tiring.
Of course, man,
Uni's long, man.
Always going to hit a roadblock.
Yeah, but you have to just change. I think most important, change your intention and do a to-do list or a timetable.
Yeah, structure yourself.
To-do lists are so beneficial, man. Ever since I started making to-do lists, I get so much more done because you have it written down, so you have to do this and this and this before you go to sleep, right? So all the stuff that you do, for example, you're on your phone or whatever, wasting time on social media or whatever, you're gonna do that less because you have to get through all of these. And there's other things as well. A lot of people mention reward yourself after you do a task or something, or or discipline yourself when you don't, for example, people if you don't spend this much time working, then you have to pay £5 or £10 or something like that. You have to give it away or something like that. So stuff like no.
People
For
do
example,
Who does that?
no, people do that, bro.
people do
And
that.
then the thing is, you know,
Yeah.
people who do that, they're
Slap
more
the other hand, man.
they're more productive because they know that now money's at stake.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna lose money if they don't do work.
People
So-
do that with habits. So say if you're a
Yeah.
smoker, they'll say if I smoke again, I'm gonna pay £5 in charity.
Or people have like swear jars, isn't it?
Okay.
But if I
If you
swear,
swear, then they put some money in
No,
it.
that to-do list.
Yeah,
And I hate that.
Invest in the
actually.
whiteboard, man.
yeah.
whiteboard, oh my.
I need one, bro.
Stick it on your wall. Every time you wake up, you're seeing your targets for the day or for the week.
And
or
put
for
a
the
little
month.
reminder there as well. Like a little Quran
phone.
ayah or a hadith or stuff like
Oh,
that to
yeah,
motivate
yeah,
you a bit more.
Yeah.
Every time you look at that, you're gonna
What's the
be
good
motivated.
reminder to put there? That time is a sword. That on. That's a
yeah.
good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Just to mention real quick, yeah. I think a lot of people they do too much. I think someone came to Abdullah ibn Umar and he said, like, he asked him, why don't you go on military campaigns? I'm assuming this was like voluntary or something. On military campaigns, like jihad, basically.
Oh.
I'm assuming this was like voluntary though. He replied, verily, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, that Islam is built upon the 5 pillars, and he listed the 5 pillars. So that just gives us an example of, you know, sticking to. I feel like sometimes like man might miss Fajr or something. They just don't make it up, but they're just doing too much. Like, I don't know, man. They're just going like,
In what sense doing too much?
as in they're doing
As in they're
what do
doing
you
too
get,
much extra,
voluntary
but not doing.
Yeah, they're doing
Oh,
extra, but
yeah.
you're not even doing the minimum kind of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's very
Yeah.
important as well. Like, I know a lot of people like, and they don't give zakat in it, but they're just doing too much. Like, they just do the basics in it, bro. Like,
Yeah, priorities, isn't it?
yeah, priorities.
Yeah. Going back to basically, we just gave a view of uni. I think I should give a view of work. Us.
Yeah.
How would someone balance?
Because I know at
seeking
work, I think
knowledge
it's
and
much
work?
more harder for people because there's a lot
Yeah.
less Muslims and stuff like that than a lot of people's
Alright,
workplace.
I'm gonna give you man some tips in it.
And you're more restricted than it
Yeah,
work.
exactly. Do you want to start?
No, go.
Oh God, let's start with the 9 to 5. 9 to 5, yeah. I feel like that's easy, man. To be honest, 9 to 5 to seek knowledge and balance out our work.
You sure?
Yes.
I heard a lot of people say the opposite. Oh my
No,
God.
9 to 5.
because 9 to 5, it's just 9 to 5. You don't need to
That's
work.
the
Like,
perfect time, bro. Fajr is never at 8 o'clock.
No, but sometimes at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna get onto that.
اشرح لنا. Go on.
Okay, look, 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just focus on your work. That's it. After 5 p.m., as soon as you close your laptop or as soon as you leave the building, you're no longer working. So after 5, most of the rules are at that time, innit? Weekdays.
No.
You have a lot of time. After your lesson, just go home, do some revision, do some memorization. Comes to 10, 11 o'clock, sleep. I feel like 9 to 5 is easy, innit? When you're balancing it out. Wake up in the morning for Fajr, read, go to work. Okay, this one here, because I know a lot of people like our age don't really do 9 to 5, they do like 12-hour shifts. This one here, you need to listen carefully. Because 12-hour shifts, they kill you, innit? If you're doing night shift or day shift, most of them start at 7 to 7. You got nothing to do after that. Cool. How do I be productive during these 12-hour shifts? You're not gonna hear this tip from anyone else, you know.
I think you need to let them pay you first. This is like paid information.
Man,
About to drop the bombshell on you.
This is exclusive, innit? Because it's students on.
If they
Okay.
got this far, if they got this far to the
Yeah,
video,
if they got
Yeah.
this far, then
No, we have to hit subscribe though to hear this. Like,
Just
You
let
have
him,
to,
let him drop the point.
nah, because they waited a long time for this episode, man. So I'm gonna drop it.
alright.
it better be
Brothers,
good, you know. Allah, it
if you're
better be
doing,
good.
nah, trust me.
And let me-
let him drop the point, man. Let me land. Alright, cool. If you're doing 12-hour shifts, invest in a beanie. Do you know what a beanie is? Like the hat. No, but listen, let me finish, bro. Do you know why? Slap your AirPods
Headphones.
in,
I hate that.
put your beanie down. You just listen to lessons throughout the whole shift. I'm telling you, it's the most productive thing you can do. Time flies. You can go through so many lessons. Like Bekuni, I was just doing that, bro, banging it out. No
But
one can see.
explain to them why you have to wear the hat.
You have to wear the hat so you're covering your headphones, AirPods.
It is.
Because they won't let you wear
For
headphones.
12 hours. That's for my brothers out doing 12-hour shifts and that. Night shift, you're chilling. You can't tell me night shift you're working hard, because nothing happens in the night. So you can do your normal studies during the night.
Well, as in with a book and everything, writing stuff
No,
down.
just use your phone, innit? You can make your way around it, but I'm saying about the day shift guys, innit? Those man have it hard, man.
I swear it depends what you're doing, though, no? Does it not?
Most of the jobs when they're 12 hours, they're outside. Even if it's inside, just wear a beanie. I'm telling you, just slap on your AirPods, get a portable charger. You're good to go for the shift, man. But if you can't do any of that and you're working throughout, how would you balance it? I don't know, man.
You can't.
Because I can't, like, after a 12-hour shift, you're going home, you're tired, you're gonna go sleep, wake up the next day, and you're back in action. So,
But would you be working every day though? There'll surely be, it'll be like 5-6 days, innit?
yeah.
You at least have one day free, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Days
use
that
that
you're
day,
free,
innit?
you can utilize those days.
Yeah.
But trust me, the beanie hat thing, a couple man will know, innit? Trust you, man.
And also I'd say, yeah, even though
It's so effective. You don't understand, man. Man's doing revision. Here's the covered.
I think, yeah, at least
Whatever the weather, man.
if you're doing yeah, you have to do one thing every day, I think. No matter how busy your day is, yeah? Wake up and do Quran.
Implement something.
Yeah, if there's something that you can't do, like you can't fit everything in.
Yeah, that's the
do
minimum.
Quran, yeah.
That's the
Minimum is
Yeah.
Quran. Memorize it.
Memorize and revise a little bit, at least at the start of your day or at the end of your day. Whenever you can, just fit in like literally 20-30 minutes of
Yeah.
Quran.
Yeah.
Or even if you can't do that, 5 minutes, even if it's just one page you read,
Yeah.
I like
you know,
time.
do something, you know what I'm saying?
If you can utilize, if you learn the art of utilizing time, yeah, you can get so much done in a while. Look at how many times we just get 5 minutes just to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 5 minutes can be so effective if it's done consistently throughout the whole day.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say you get 5 minutes. Let's say you're on your journey to work. I forgot to mention that.
Mm.
Your journey to work, you can do so much. And your journey back home, that could be a good enough amount. If you're gonna be tired, obviously, that's a good enough amount of revision or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 30 minutes
Utilize
on
your
the bus. Yeah, on the bus in 30 minutes you can read it. I don't know, in the bus or in the car. Okay, maybe not the car because you're driving.
The whole
But in the train or whatever, you can read the whole jizz, wallahi.
Exactly.
In 30 minutes or 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Just read the jizz on your phone, snap out the app.
Yeah.
You don't even need to read out loud.
yeah, just
No.
just
Done.
utilize your time. And there's so many times that we have like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
If you can actually calculate all of that, it could come up to like hours.
3 hours, 4 hours.
You never know, man. So learn that art, man, of utilizing your time.
And ask Allah to put barakah in your time, because a lot of people, like for example the ulama and stuff like that, they had so much barakah in their time. And even Sheikh Haytham Sarhan, he mentioned like a big part of the dars on the seerah of the Prophet is that he had so much barakah in his time. Because he was a qadi, he was an imam, he was the head of the state, he was the foreign minister, the interior minister, all of that. And still he did every single thing he needed to do within the whole day. Despite having so many jobs and responsibilities, he still did that. So yeah.
Also, as a Muslim at work, you have to make sure you're refraining from doing certain things, innit? Like, obviously there's going to be the opposite gender at work. Refrain from like excessive talking and obviously shaking hands
What are some tips for
with the opposite gender.
Yeah, give us some tips of like if you're in a situation how to avoid shaking hands.
They put the hand up. Just do that.
No, shout, let me tell you a pro tip. This is a pro tip, wallahi. I learned from a brother. He said when they're about to shake your hand, just sneeze. Both hands, sneeze like that. And then when they're about to shake your hand, like, oh, sorry.
But there might be some that are very
Make it
like,
open.
adamant in shaking.
Nah, they won't do that after you sneeze, bro.
They'll tell
No,
you
but that's long, bro. But I say you just like me. I'm just
Man,
straight
you
up.
don't
If you're in the situation, you can't avoid it. You can't say, I need to go toilet
No,
real
but
quick.
wait.
I
You
just
say,
straight
no,
up. I can't.
shake
And
your
let's
hand.
what I
not
say.
be joking.
Oh, okay,
This
true,
is
yeah.
serious,
You can just
man.
be straight up. I'm
This
not gonna
is
lie.
serious. Do you know? Look, if you're straight up one time, if the first
They
time,
won't do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When you
But
set your
wait,
boundaries at the start, go
Wait,
on.
man.
Sneeze every day.
No. You man are not listening. I know this.
No, you're the ones when you're meeting someone special. Sorry, arms. When you're meeting someone special, like one-off thing,
And I do hear that.
pro tip
yeah.
is
like
the-
you don't want to make it look like.
I'm talking about work, yeah. I know there's a lot of people that still do it, but they know it's wrong, but they still do it. And they say, oh, I could just ask for forgiveness. Cool. No, I'm being serious. Right now, man. Look, the first time that you do reject it is the hardest time. After that, it becomes so easy.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
telling you, because when you do it the first time, it's like, bro, that wasn't as hard as I thought.
Yeah.
So when you do it the next time, it's so easy, man.
I
What
feel-
you need to say is, this is what I say, innit? Sorry, I can't shake your hand according to my religion. They don't even question you after that, to be honest.
Yeah, they won't.
If
Yeah.
they do question you
Especially if
after
you add
that,
the last part, according to your religion. If you
yeah,
add that,
exactly.
then you're
According-
pattern.
just say according to your religion,
you're right.
that's it. They
Yeah.
won't even question you.
Forget that pro tip that I gave about sneezing, man.
That's sneezing.
Now,
Amateur tip,
also,
That's
like,
what I heard, didn't it? It was just smart.
Wait.
yeah, go on.
Forget
So
it.
there's a lot of people like that, innit? Just that, trust me, man. It's like the elevator thing, man. It's the first step. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, that's with everything. I'm not gonna lie. That's with everything.
Yeah, exactly. Your first step. That's it. Just reject one person, and you're good to go, man. And furthermore, if you're working like an office and that, if you reject one person, everyone else is gonna get the gist of it. Like, okay, this
Well,
guy
they
can't
should.
shake.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah,
Because
no, but-
I heard some stories.
No, they
They
should.
don't
innit?
care, bro.
That's like they should know about it now.
And
but
even if they don't know, then just do
Just
it
do it
again.
again,
Yeah,
exactly.
sorry, yeah. And even like just again like how we said before, you have to prioritize the deen in all cases. So don't compromise, even if it's just a shaking of the hand.
yeah.
Don't compromise that.
Even
you
if
know?
it's your manager, area
That's big,
manager,
though.
or
It's not
whatever.
small.
Fam.
Shaking hand is
I know
big.
it's big. It's a big step.
Yeah,
What's the hadith like? It's
Imagine a woman
better
that's
to
like
have.
getting drilled in the head, stuff like
No,
that.
it's like a
I
nail.
need
I
one.
know.
Yeah.
Needle into your head.
But
It's
also
big on
like
the
going off like I think it's like sometimes people feel mental pressure as well, like to kind of compromise whatever. But I feel like I don't know, it might sound wrong, but if you feel like you're the main, not the main character in it, but you're the guy in it.
Yeah.
So you feel like no,
Yeah, no, I
trust
get what
me,
you're trying to
trust
say.
me. You
I
feel
get what you're
like
trying to say,
you know
like,
what,
it
I'm
works out,
right,
yeah, it
I'm
works,
right.
yeah.
You guys are all on
Yeah.
some next thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'm right.
I get you, I get you.
I
Have
know what I'm
some
talking
manlyhood.
about.
Yeah, that's
I
man.
know-
But as a
I know
female,
what-
have some. Yeah, bro.
No, but like you
No, but-
think like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know that this thing is right.
Yeah,
Can't
I want to
tolerate
get
it.
in my way in disregard.
Yeah,
So, for example, when
100%.
it comes to prayer, for example,
Yeah,
like no one there prays
Yeah.
in a non-Muslim environment, whatever.
No one can tell me.
But if you
don't
told
pray.
them, look, they even told them, can I go pray? I told them, look,
I'm going to pray.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go
Wallahi,
pray.
that's the line. I
Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back.
yeah. No, it's important to mention.
They'll be like, yo, say that, man, man's on time.
Because naturally, you do feel mental pressure.
Yeah,
Like,
And as a
yeah,
Muslim, you should be like that. anyways, man.
yeah. You shouldn't be like, oh, is it like?
Also, another point, yeah. Another point, yeah. Don't
and then
feel.
certain man do that. Then.
Yeah, or the sneak out. Sorry, go on.
Okay, another point here about work. Don't feel like just because your other Muslim brother that works in the same place as you, just because he's shaking a female's hand or doing these other things, don't feel like you have to follow him. Stand your own ground, man. Because a lot of people get pressure like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but how comes he's doing it and you're not doing it? You have to stand your ground, man. Tell them that. Muslims were sinners. He's sinning.
I heard some people say that like even the Muslims come up to them and say, "Oh, why don't you shake that?"
Yeah,
that lady's
exactly,
hand?"
exactly.
You gotta be like, it's not allowed, bro. Even if they're Muslim themselves,
Yeah,
Yeah, of
it's not
course,
allowed,
man.
bro. You
Stand
shouldn't
your
do
ground,
either.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Obviously, yeah, you have
It's
a bit of
important.
wisdom in that, but you have to stand your ground. You can't just say, "Oh, because he's doing that."
No, but I feel like with that, it comes more to you for your firmness.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta be
Yeah,
firm.
firm in your religion, because even like the non-Muslims, they don't understand it really.
Yeah.
They don't know a lot. So if they say, "Oh, how come you don't do that?" or "How come you have to pray?" whatever.
Then I think that's more like when it comes to that, that's more like you have to be
Yeah.
considerate.
And
kind
also
of
that could be an opportunity for da'wah as well.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
But wait, a very important thing as well, yeah. This doesn't give you the license to be rude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
You have to make sure, be firm in it, but just don't be rude. There's a clear
Yeah.
line. There's a clear cut line in it.
Because we have to have manners even with the kuffar.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Because every action they do, this is a form of da'wah,
Mm.
essentially. Especially if you're with the kuffar in it.
Yeah.
Because then you might be the only Muslim there. You have to be a
Exactly.
role. You have to be
You're
an
the one
ambassador
that's
for Islam. You know what I'm
representing.
saying? Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
they look at you like, why is this guy going to pray? Like,
exactly.
open doors to questioning.
And even I think even in terms of like compromising in the deen and stuff like that, it's important that you don't take jobs where your deen could be compromised, or
To an extent,
If-
you
if
can't
they-
do nothing about it.
or if there's like, for example, if they don't let you pray, or they don't if you're a woman, they don't want you to cover your face or cover your hair or whatever, then you have to be firm and not to take that job. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna lead you to
Be
compromise
patient.
your religion. You know what I'm saying? And I said this before in one of the other episodes. Yeah, I think I heard some story of this like niqabi woman. She wanted to get a job. They wanted her to take off her niqab. She rejected the job. Allah gave her a job that was better in pay, and like they let her wear her niqab.
feel-
She was firm.
I feel like
and Allah
Firm,
will make
man,
Allah will
wallahi.
make a way out for you for the ones who
Yeah, no, I
trust.
feel
Telling
like
you, if
that's-
you're firm, I'm telling you, Allah
I feel like
open
that's
doors for
important.
you.
Though. Allah will
For
always
real,
make a way
man.
out for
Be
you.
serious, bro. If you
Be
be
firm,
firm,
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
the respect you'll get from your colleagues, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't be like can I do this? I'm going to do this.
yeah, because I
No,
feel
but
like
sometimes you gotta be respectful, that.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you
but-
have to be, but they get it though. They have to
Yeah.
understand.
no, but I feel like some people they
Not
want
something
to
small, like-
like compromise and climb the corporate ladder and that.
Yeah.
But
That
Allah's
ladder
the
is
one.
invisible, bro. I'll be so real.
But I'd
That ladder
rather-
comes from
yeah.
above, bro. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, everything comes from Allah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which a lot of us just bare shy of.
Just be firm, man.
without
Because them
doing-
ones who are trying to be successful, right? By compromising the religion, they're not successful, man. They're the losers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just adding another stool to your demise.
Mhm.
Big words in that. What do you say?
Demise.
What do you say
Don't
again?
worry,
Say it
someone will
again.
break it down. Anyways, I think we should wrap it up. There's a lot more we could speak about, but time management. Inshallah. It's good to be back, man.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. With that being said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.